June 28, 1919, inside the opulent Hall of Mirrors at the Palace of Versailles, world leaders gathered to sign what was supposed to be the treaty that ended all wars. But instead of securing lasting peace, the Treaty of Versailles planted the seeds for another, even more devastating global conflict, World War II. How did a treaty designed to punish Germany end up destabilizing Europe? Was it doomed from the start, and did its harsh terms make World War II inevitable? Welcome to this deep dive into the Treaty of Versailles, seeds of future conflict, a pivotal moment in history that shaped the 20th century. World War I had left Europe in ruins, over 16 million people were dead, empires had collapsed, and economies were shattered. Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire had been defeated, while Britain, France, and the United States emerged as victors, though at a heavy cost. The world demanded justice, and many leaders believed that Germany, as the main aggressor, should pay the price. But how could peace be ensured? Should the victors seek reconciliation, or should they punish Germany so severely that it would never threaten Europe again? The answer came in the form of the Treaty of Versailles, but its terms would soon prove dangerously short-sighted. The Treaty of Versailles was shaped by three dominant leaders, each with vastly different goals. Woodrow Wilson, United States, wanted a fair peace based on his 14 points, advocating self-determination and a League of Nations to prevent future conflicts. David Lloyd George, United Kingdom, was torn between punishing Germany and keeping it strong enough to act as a buffer against communism. George's Clemenceau, France, sought harsh revenge, wanting to cripple Germany so it could never invade France again. These competing agendas led to a compromise that satisfied no one and angered many. The Treaty of Versailles, signed on June 28, 1919, imposed 5 major penalties on Germany. 1. The War Guilt Clause, Article 231. Germany was forced to accept full responsibility for starting the war, a humiliation that fueled nationalist resentment. 2. Harsh reparations. Germany was ordered to pay 130 billion gold marks, about $440 billion today. These crippling payments plunged the German economy into crisis. 3. Military restrictions. Germany's army was limited to 100,000 troops, its navy was reduced to a handful of ships, and it was banned from having an air force. 4. Territorial losses. Germany lost 13% of its land, including Alsace-Lorraine and to France, to West Prussia, to the newly created Poland, all its overseas colonies. To protect France, Germany was forbidden from stationing troops in the Rhineland, leaving it vulnerable to invasion. These harsh measures devastated Germany's economy and national pride, setting the stage for extremism to rise. The Treaty of Versailles was meant to secure peace, but instead it created deep resentment. Economic collapse. By the early 1920s, Germany's economy imploded. Hyperinflation in 1923 saw the value of the German mark spiral out of control. People needed wheelbarrows full of money just to buy bread. Political instability. Many Germans, including war veterans, felt betrayed by their own government, which they labeled the November criminals for accepting the treaty. This weakened the fledgling Weimar Republic. Rise of extremism. The anger and desperation created a perfect breeding ground for radical ideologies, most notably the Nazi Party. One man in particular, Adolf Hitler, used the Treaty of Versailles as a rallying cry to unite Germans under a new, dangerous vision of revenge and expansion. By the 1930s, Germany openly defied the Treaty of Versailles. 1933. Hitler became chancellor and began secretly rebuilding the military. 1936, Germany reoccupied the Rhineland, violating the treaty without consequences. 1938, Germany annexed Austria-Anschluss and later took over Czechoslovakia. 1939, Germany invaded Poland, sparking World War II. Instead of securing peace, the Treaty of Versailles had fueled a desire for revenge, pushing Europe into another catastrophic war just 20 years later. Many historians argue that a less punitive treaty might have prevented World War II. What if Germany had been included in the League of Nations from the start? Reparations were lower to avoid economic collapse. The treaty focused on reconciliation instead of punishment. While we can only speculate, one thing is clear: the Treaty of Versailles played a direct role in shaping the violent decades that followed. The Treaty of Versailles serves as a warning from history that peace built on humiliation and revenge is rarely lasting. After World War II, world leaders took a different approach. Instead of punishing Germany, they rebuilt it through the Marshall Plan, integrating it into a new European order. This strategy, unlike Versailles, led to lasting peace. So, was the Treaty of Versailles the worst peace treaty in history? Or was World War II inevitable no matter what? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into the past. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning.